What's going on, everyone? It's Alex here from Alex Physio. So today I'm going to be chatting about 3 things that I wish I knew when I was a personal trainer. But before we do that, I need you to hit that like button, comment, subscribe for future videos. It really helps my channel grow and allows me to reach a wider audience. I have almost 250 videos on various topics related to exercise prescription, injuries, pain, and different concepts in the fitness and wellness world that I try to delve further into. Number 1, there's no such thing as a bad exercise. Before, when I was a trainer, I always thought, I labeled exercises, this one's good, this one's bad, because of the positions that they put your body in. For example, upright rows, behind the neck pull downs, the exercises with a machine that weren't functional. I always classified those as bad and wouldn't prescribe those exercises to my clients on that basis. But knowing what I know now, there's no inherently good or bad exercise. It all just depends on why you're prescribing the exercise that you're prescribing, what the benefits are, as checking with somebody's past medical history and past injury history to determine whether or not that is most appropriate with them. Number 2 is making more of an emphasis to tie the exercises and the program to their specific goals. When I was a personal trainer, I remember one specific client that I had where her goal was to be able to do an obstacle course in a certain amount of time. But the exercise that I would prescribe to her would just be more general exercises, which obviously plays a role, but there wasn't that buy-in. She wanted me to prescribe specific exercises to that obstacle course in the hopes that that would help her improve her time to be able to become or get into the position that she wanted to be. But I kind of discredited it or brushed it to the side and just kind of did my own thing, and as a result that patient left. And in that moment I really learned about having the client in mind when you are prescribing a program. And even though it's not to say that they dictate what you do, but they should have a say, and you should be able to kind of mix and mingle those two to help them achieve their goals. The third thing is not being such a stickler with regards to the exercise technique. So when I was a personal trainer, I always thought there needed to be one exact way to do an exercise and there's no other way to deviate from it. But now what I know as a physiotherapist is it's not that simple. There are different ways that you can do exercises, and as you see people who are lifting tremendous load, they're not lifting with the perfect form. And even if you think you are lifting with the perfect form, chances are that you're not if you actually measure what's going on in the body. So for example, when you do a kettlebell swing, there are research studies that show that you can get up to 40 degrees of low back flexion in those positions, even though it seems or it looks from a visual perspective on the outside that your back is a neutral. It actually isn't. So not being too much of a stickler in terms of exact exercise form, especially for somebody who just started, because there are so many different cues and things to memorize. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting them to move relatively well, and then touching on some of the points later on, but not it being the core emphasis. Because everybody, even from an injury perspective, if you look at even how you pick things up from the ground, there isn't an ideal way to pick things up off the ground. There's research that supports individuals who lift with a stooped posture are at no higher injury risk than individuals who lift with a neutral or quote-unquote neutral spine position. So just not being too caught up in all the little nuances and just trying to get people moving and exercising in general was super important for me, and something that I realized looking back at it. To summarize, 3 things that I wish I knew when I was a personal trainer. Number 1, there's no such thing as a bad exercise. Number 2, tailor the exercise and the program specifically relevant to the patient's goals and their needs. Number 3, there's no perfect way or perfect form to do an exercise. There are different factors that play a role in how someone's going to perform it, and you have to be okay with that. And sometimes it might be more detrimental than good to just be really focused on the specific form versus the overall movement pattern. Be a movement optimizer versus just a movement corrector. One thing or two, if you found this information valuable, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. It allows me to reach more individuals. So with that, we'll see you in the next video.